Try to keep track of like how long the video records for, so we'll know when it's pretty much gonna shut off, and we'll be able to keep recycling.
Let me see that booty wiggle. I'm waiting for you to get ready.
I'm recording right now, so you're talking about booty wiggles that people don't have no context. You're talking to the pit bull. Alpha Beta Protocol 0129 00129. Experiment 1 to 3. The video cut off, so you might not know. This is part B to the video. Was a success. 30 minutes did go past. She did sit and watch me play the game. For those guys who want to use this trick to be able to play your game for 30 minutes and quiet, go ahead and do it. I'll give you my permission. So, experiment was a success. She's watched the game, she's watched the battlefield, she watched the wars I'm fighting, she's seen for half an hour, which ain't great, but at least she has better process because she actually focused, didn't talk about anything else, didn't think about anything else, wrote down notes, boom. So that was part A. This is part B. Part B is her asking me questions, as many as she wants, me being quiet besides asking her questions, while I continue to play the game, and me seeing if I'm answering the questions properly. Then part C will be me explaining to her why I'm using, well, it will be her suggesting how I could play parts better. And that'll be a half an hour of that. These are half an hour parts. I'm trying to do as much as possible, what the phone allows before it cuts off. But it's probably boring when it cuts off anyway, so it's no big deal. I know I'm lazy, I don't feel like editing right now. I gotta pull my computers out of fucking storage. I'm in the middle of fucking moving. So bear with me, it's Genki Promoters here. This is the fucking jankiest shit you're ever gonna see, but at least you know I ain't fucking lying to you, okay? Live in fucking one studio apartment, yes there's roaches and shit, but this is not where I'm from. I was just passing through and hell tried to keep me here. But I digress. I'm about to leave soon, we're about to move soon. Okay, so this is part B, and this section is her just watching me play and asking me as many questions as she can to get an understanding of what I'm actually going through. So when she has my significant other, because that's important in a relationship to have a communication where you both can communicate, because if I'm on this frequency and she's on this frequency, it's going to be painful for her to come up here, it's going to be painful for me to come down here. You got to kind of meet in the middle in a relationship. I could be wrong, but this is just my worldly advice from what I've dealt with in life. Being married for 20 years at one point, and that's a different story for a different day. Anyway, so this is part B. Sorry if I rambled on. And this is her just asking questions. Let's see how this goes, guys. This is the Easy, the ex-alcoholic channel, also known as Ezekiel Omega. I got some nice angry granny videos. I might not have posted on a continuous basis, but I do have a couple of nice videos you might want to go check out. It might be a little random, but it's just real life. You get stuck, you get confused, you get sidetracked, and you talk about a bunch of different shit and make videos on a bunch of different shit. So I'm just showing y'all the real for real. Because I feel like in reality TV, people renting Airbnbs and mansions to make fucking YouTube videos so they can become famous, and they want to fucking show a certain thing, which I'm not talking about nobody. I'm not putting anybody down. Do what you gotta do, fake it till you make it. But me, I'm gonna show you the real fucking paint on the wall, fucking garage apartment, fucking like Social Security because you got sick at a young age for some bullshit, for drinking too much. That's a long story. We'll get into that. Okay, so here we go. Part B, bam.
Okay, you ready for the first question?
Yeah, we'll start the time.
Alright, timer started, dumb. You ready?
Yeah.
Can you tame the dogs?
I haven't got to that part where I've tried that or done that, but I remember doing some research. No, that's a different game. That's Ghost of Tsushima. They said you can do some pet the dog to tame them. In this game, no, you can't. They're not dogs, they're wild wolves. So basically,
I knew what they were, but
they're just attacking for anybody who's feeding them. And to them, 10 people feeding them, they get a better chance to eat than me, one person dying and not being able to feed them. They just pass them through. So.
Okay, so that's a big fat nut. Got it.
That's why in life, if a man's addicted to life lesson, you want to be around lions and not wolves, even though lions are territorial and it could be hard at times. But a lion will protect you. A wolf will protect you until it gets hungry and you're not feeding it properly, then it'll turn on you and eat you. That's a story for another day. I'm listening, yes.
Can the chickens do something to help you other than kill them?
No, I would assume
Like, can you ride them?
you can't ride a chicken. No.
Okay.
I would assume no, you can't ride a chicken.
Well, you know, they're big. I thought maybe you could, instead of walking.
Well, like I told you before, if you look on the floor and see all the dead bodies, an enemy has come into the encampment, people I was sworn to protect, and killed most of the people, and I'm just like trying to wipe out the enemy so I can, you know, get to my other objectives and shit. And what was the question again?
If you could fucking ride chickens.
Oh, so obviously they do some super genetically modified chickens, which tell you they got some kind of chemicals in the water, something going on around here. That the chickens are fucking the size of humans, but I would assume they kept them around to eat off of them. So this is just them breaking into the village, the chickens just being in a place that they're always at, there's chicken coop, and you just feeding off them without them fucking killing you. But in this game, you can't cook them, you can kill them, but you can't cook them or utilize the meat in any way. You can't ride them, they're not pets. I'm sure their names are Sunday dinner and Christmas Day. And that's pretty much the whole story with the chickens.
Okay, are you done? Get
And you
off
might
the
find
chickens.
wild ones in the world in different places also.
All right,
Okay?
get off the chickens.
All right, off the chickens.
Who are all these people protecting you from?
Who are all these people protecting me from?
Yeah, you gotta kill all these people. Where are you going? Who are you going to see? What are you doing?
What this is right here, this is a memory because when I was fighting for this kingdom, in battle, I got hurt and knocked out. And by the time I woke up, the battle was pretty much over. A lot of my friends was dead around me. And I pretty much retreated to a well and gave up, even though I'm supposed to be protecting the divine child, because I gave up on life. But because I would have went crazy if I held on to that memory, I let that memory go. So through praying to a Buddha, getting a belt from a mother who's trying to survive the part of the world she's in, or the part of the country that she's in, she gave me a chance to be able to revive that memory and get it back. So basically I'm reliving that memory from 3 years ago. And you know that because when you first get on here, you talk to a ninja who's like kind of hurt, and he explains to you this. He said, you ask him what year it is, he tell you what year it is, and then he tells you, you know, where it is, and you realize this was 3 years ago. People keep talking about this, they remember this, but you wiped it out your head because that was the only time you've ever been defeated. So this is you reliving it to see what happened and picking up different information and picking up different weapons that you missed. So you can relive that and get the full story of the battle you're fighting, instead of trying to fight a battle without knowing exactly everything that happened or the stuff you forgot. You understand?
Okay. Where are the people that are protecting you?
If you pay attention, I only went to like 1 or 2 battle sites. There's like 10 different ones right now. Every section, like New York's gonna have their own shit going on. Florida's gonna have their own shit going on. Chicago's gonna be their own shit. It doesn't mean that we're not the United States. It just means that the president came in, declared martial law, we're all screwed, and now we gotta figure out how we can survive our state, escape from New York like that movie. And then once we survive that state, then maybe we can unify with the other people who survive in the states and still have good intention to put the country back together and rebuild and be strong. So everybody got their own little sections. If you pay attention, the men who's in this village are women who probably have swords, probably have weapons, probably was prepared when the call came out for the fight to begin or the war starting. They was probably laying in their houses trying to get as much rest as they can before this shit starts. And sometimes with war, you don't get a phone call. Sometimes you don't get a heads up. Sometimes you're just sleeping in your bed. Next thing you know, the Russian troops are in front of your house, or whatever troops, whatever they want to make the enemy next. But China's there, and it's time to take over the country, and you can either give up your guns and your freedom, or they're going to kill you. But it looks like from the people dead along this board, it kind of looks like they got killed in their sleep. They didn't get much of a chance to do much. And I could do research on that by looking at. Look at this board right here. Now I'm on top of this. It's a little village, so you think these are the people I'm supposed to fight with.